Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dalilati Fatini binti Razali. I'm from 181105H. So today I want to present about Industrial Training 2, which is in subject FPA310. So the place that I work for practical at Jabatan Pertanian Sungai Burong, which is I get practical at unit BPIT, which is BPIT is Bahagian Pembangunan Industri Tanaman. So this is my training curriculum vitae. So as we can see at the slide, my information like my name, my date of birth, my place of birth, and another else. This is my information about me. Next, for organisation profile, for the company background, Jabatan Pertanian Sungai Burong, in another name, Sungai Burong Agriculture Centre, was formerly known as Sungai Burong Rice Seed Production Centre, which is PPBP. But in 2010, that Paddy Seed Production Centre was taken over by private sector under the authority of Mother Crop. And finally, in 2018, Sungai Burong Agriculture Centre was divided into two departments, which is the first unit that I've been practical at BPIT, which is Crop Industry Management Division, and another unit is Crop Quality Control Division, which is BKKT. Then this is the location of Department of Agriculture Sungai Burong, and the place at Tanjung Karang, Selangor, and near with Tali Air 2 Sungai Burong. Then this is the organisation chart that I've been practical in unit of BPIT Sungai Burong, which is as we can see of the chart at the bottom of the screen, Nur Fazilna binti Muhammad Rafzi. She is my supervisor that led me into this practical. And then another name is the staff of the unit at BPIT Sungai Burong. The vision and mission of Department of Agriculture Sungai Burong Centre is, as we can see at the slide, is to create a competitive agriculture industry and to produce the quality of production and safe and environmental friendly and export oriented products. And for the mission is to provide the quality and effective service to agriculture operator through the practice of the latest technology and agriculture regulatory service to increase productivity and ensure the safety of the country agriculture sector, which is the sector of course at the rice or so this is my training practical. So this is my training schedule that I was practical in week 1 until week 6. So as we can see at the screen, which many activities that I do to complete my practical. Next, for activity 1, I do separate calculate the sample of the yield component and record the data. And this purpose of the activity is to know the approximate yield of the farmer's rice crop and to obtain accurate data to make observation of rice yield on the variety. So, for the procedure, it must have the equipment like roller and forceps, because for the first step, I calculate the length of the stalk and isolate into 3 sizes, which is small, medium, and long. And then the seed on the stalk are dissolved and they separate between solid, which is solid is bernas and empty is hamper. The solid is like when the seed have a rice inside, and the empty is hamper, which is the seed have no rice inside. And then I calculate the total of it. Then for the last step, the calculation result are recorded according to Bernard said and put in the envelope. The hamper said we need to throw it because it can be used to calculate the result. Then this is the costing for this activity, which is for major scale for first 1 unit is 44.90, and then the cake grain monster tester, plastic box, envelope, pen also we used to write the result, and crepe paper masking tape, and the total of all the unit is 2,542 ringgit and 90 cent. So for the activity 2, I do cut the milk flower bud, cut the mesh dry fronds, and wrap banana fruits. So in this unit, which is at BPIT, I also do field work, which is I do the work at banana plot. So I can gain many knowledge about banana. So the objective of this activity is to prevent disease and not to inhibit fruit growth. And also, when we wrap the banana to prevent the occurrence of attack from fruit flies. Then, the equipment that I use to this activity is leather, machete, rope, and blue plastic. So, when I do this activity, which is wrapping banana, the purpose of this activity is for to protect the fruit from pests, especially from non-insect pests like monkey and rats. And then the damage of that pest can decrease the quality of fruit if we not wrap the banana. So the procedure is, for the first step, I provide blue plastic, which is the size is 74 cm times 120 cm, and then I write the date at the bottom of the plastic to make a reference when harvesting banana. Then I prepare the chloride solution as eraser germs and to prevent disease from infectious disease to another trees. Next step, I use a sickle to cut a dry and damaged leaf, which is before I cut the damaged leaf, I must to dye the sickle with a solution with that I prepare, which is the chloride solution as a disinfectant. Then I also cut the male flower bud, which is I cut the matured one because before we want to wrap the banana, it must be cut first. Then I use the ladder if the tree is high. Next, this is the costing, which is the cost of materials like sickle and the Clorox, and the total of that is 11 ringgit. Then the wage cost that I calculate the cost of wage pruning banana fronds for 1,044 trees, and the total of that is 48 ringgit per person. In one day, an employee can prune 100 trees, and then for these activities, that 4 employees are required to prune in one day. Next, this is just a cost of materials like blue plastic, rope, sickle, and the leather, which, as we can see, the total of that cost of material is like at the screen. So, as a conclusion, I would like to say this training industry is an excellent opportunity for me to get ground level and experience that I would have gained through going straight into a job. I know the industrial training is to provide the opportunity and identify I also can observe and practice how plantation management is applicable in real industry. And then it is not only to get experience of technical practice but also to observe management practice and to interact with fellow workers. So next, for recommendation, as a practical student, I would like to suggest that the period of the industrial training is short. Many activities that I can going through because the short of time, and then I also can gain much knowledge about what I learned at some place because the time is running out. So I suggest to extend more the time period to student for undergo the industrial training with more knowledge and experience for future outcoming. This is the reference I gain from the website while I do this research to do this slide. So, thank you for the time and consideration.